What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninjas Filthiest Pitches of the Day, the postseason edition. Remember, before we get to those pitches, hit that subscribe button. Join Ninja Nation and never miss any of our live streams, interviews, and other content. And yes, we have tons of interviews for the off-season, so hit subscribe, and without further ado, here are my filthiest pitches of the day. I'm going to start with Justin Verlander, who had 5 strikeouts in 6 2/3 innings, giving up 6 hits and only 2 runs. I thought Verlander started out the game a little shaky, especially in the second inning, but then settled down. And really just made one bad pitch later, which was a hanging slider that got crushed, but otherwise, really good pitching from Verlander. JV had this painted fastball and this paint-ish fastball. His fastball overall was up to 96 miles an hour this game. He only had 7 total whiffs, 5 were on his slider, including picking up a White Castle special, and also had this nasty curveball. They zoomed in on Verlander's feet during the game, and Smoltz mentioned something about hooking the rubber. And this is one of the places where Verlander gets his power from, basically having his cleats half on and half off the rubber to help him use his back leg and rotate his hips. It's something that Pedro Martinez was a big fan of, and he picked it up from Sandy Koufax. Here's Pedro talking about it.
And also he spoke about mechanically hooking the rubber. Right away, I would take a pistol stick and use it as a rubber. And when I was shagging in the outfield, and I would be practicing that drop and drive, drop and drive, drop and drive, and hooking the rubber until I became comfortable. And everything I did in the big leagues was hooking the rubber.
My filthiest pitcher of the day yesterday was Yordan Montgomery, who was outstanding with 6 strikeouts and 6 1/3 scoreless innings, giving up only 1 walk and 5 hits. He seemed to follow his plan perfectly in this game. His curveball looked really good, picking up 6 whiffs on it. And while he had no whiffs on his sinkers, it helped him set up all of his other pitches. Here's an overlay of Montgomery's fastball and sinker. Because Montgomery throws a lot of sinkers, that fastball's really surprising coming out of that same tunnel because it holds its plane better. And if you think you're getting a sinker but get that fastball, you're going to end up swinging at a high pitch out of the zone. One of the biggest matchups of the game was Yordan Montgomery versus Yordan Alvarez. I talked about that matchup with Codify during our live stream before the game, and we talked about how to attack Alvarez.
So will Yordan Montgomery throw a pitch in the zone to Yordan Alvarez? Because he really hasn't done that lately, and it'll be interesting to see what happens when he does. Because that you talk about clutch guys, he's on the list.
What does his map look like against him? Is it curveball basically the only way to what would his best pitch be?
Actually, busting him with sinkers in.
Okay.
Looks really good. Curve down and away. Good. He actually has pretty decent looking maps. He's just better hit his spots. Up and away with fastball, it's perfectly fine, but he doesn't throw 4-seamers that much. He's more sinker. But the inner half is fairly blue. It's not beautiful, deep, dark ocean blue, but for Yordan, it's like, that's fine. Let's just...
Yeah, he scares me.
Let's play the percentages here. So he's got spots there, but good Lord, don't miss.
Remember to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of these pre-game live streams. Codify does heat maps for some of the best pitchers in the game, and this insight can help you watch the game intelligently or even make smart bets. Here's an overlay of Montgomery facing Alvarez, and you see this is one of the few sinkers he threw in the zone. Yordan was basically auto-taking and Montgomery knew it. This pitch was on a 2-0 count, and then later in the at-bat, he tunneled this curveball perfectly with that sinker, getting the whiff. Here's some pitch charts that show how Montgomery actually attacked Yordan during the game. And you can see he followed his plan almost perfectly. A really great job of pitching by Yordan Montgomery. Here's Yordan Montgomery talking about his plan against Yordan Alvarez.
Jordan against Alvarez, I think at one point you threw 7 sinkers in on him. Was that just to keep him from getting extended at that point in his at-bat?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's a really good power hitter, really good hitter in general, especially against lefties and righties. So, really just tried to mix it up and do a little bit of everything. We kind of worked the fastball in and out and threw some curveballs for strikes and expanded and made some big pitches when we need to.
Now on to my filthiest relievers. Hector Neris had this dirty splitter. Bryan Abreu had this gas and got a sword with this 100-mile-an-hour fastball. And I'll give my filthiest reliever of the day to Jose Leclerc, who ended the game with his 98-mile-an-hour fastball. And now my pitching ninja moment of zen. Well, it's not zen really, But keep your eyes open for these games that I'm going to do all postseason and in the off season. We have to guess the pitcher just from his mechanics. Some of them even stick figures. That one is Spencer Strider. And make sure you subscribe to this channel so you never miss any of these. What's up, everybody? My picks of the day today are a 4-leg parlay. First, I'm going to start out with a same-game parlay of Framber Valdez and Nathan Eovaldi, both for 5Ks or more. And I'm going to top it off with the same-game parlay of Zach Wheeler and Zach Gallen, both for 6Ks or more. And then I'm going to add in my FanDuel Profit Boost to boost my profits by 30% for any same-game parlay or same-game parlay plus of 3 legs or more. What would your picks of the day be?